told my nephew his PS4 was going to be destroyed to teach him a lesson. My brother-in-law Kevin watches those parenting videos on YouTube where they smash their kids' stuff with hammers. He was planning to do it to Austin because the kid failed algebra and history. Austin's 12 and honestly just forgets to turn in his homework half the time. I only found out because I stopped by on a Tuesday and heard Kevin in the garage with his friend Troy. They were watching one of those videos on repeat, talking about filming it for Kevin's Facebook. I walked in and tried talking sense into him. I said he could ground Austin or take the console away without destroying it. Kevin got defensive and said I don't have kids, so I wouldn't understand. My sister was in the kitchen pretending not to hear any of it because arguing with Kevin when he's decided something just makes it worse. I knew I couldn't stop him. So the next day, I went to Austin's room while Kevin was at work. I sat on his bed and told him what was coming. I said your dad's going to make you watch him destroy your PS4, probably with his friends there to film it. Austin paused his game and looked at me. I told him don't cry, don't beg, because that's exactly what they want to see. Just stay calm and say something that makes them feel like garbage for humiliating you. I told him if he got his grades up, I'd buy him a new console, but I wanted Kevin to feel terrible about this. Austin stared at the screen for a second, then said okay, and went back to playing. I thought maybe he'd just tell Kevin he was disappointed or something. Last Saturday, I got a text from my sister that just said you need to get over here now. No explanation. I drove over and saw Kevin's truck plus 2 other cars in the driveway. When I walked in, Austin was sitting in a kitchen chair in the middle of the living room. Troy was standing behind him with both hands on Austin's shoulders. Another guy I recognized from Kevin's work was on the other side doing the same thing. Kevin had Austin's PS4 sitting on the coffee table and a metal baseball bat in his hand. His phone was propped against a stack of books, recording. Kevin started his speech about how Austin needed to learn that actions have consequences. He was talking loud for the camera. Then he lifted the bat and brought it down on the console. Plastic cracked and pieces skittered across the floor. Troy and the other guy were laughing. Kevin hit it again and again until it was just broken chunks. Austin didn't move the entire time. His face was blank. When Kevin finally stopped, he was breathing hard and grinning at the camera. That's when Austin smiled a little and said something under his breath. Kevin's grin disappeared. He told everyone to shut up and asked Austin what he just said. Austin looked up at his dad. He spoke in this calm, clear voice. He said, you just humiliated me in front of your friends. You destroyed my stuff because you're bigger than me. But everyone's helpless when they're sleeping. Everyone. He paused. Then he asked if he could go to his room now because he had some thinking to do. Nobody moved. Troy's hands came off Austin's shoulders like he'd touched something hot. The other guy looked at Kevin like he was waiting for instructions. I felt ice in my stomach because I'd told Austin to guilt trip his dad, not sound like he was planning something. Kevin's face went from red to white. Austin stood up, stepped over the broken pieces, and walked upstairs. His door clicked shut. For about 10 seconds, nobody said anything. Then Kevin turned to me and asked if I'd talked to Austin. I said, yeah, I warned him you were planning this because it's a cruel thing to do. Kevin started yelling that I sabotaged his parenting. I yelled back that humiliating your own kid on video isn't parenting. My sister finally spoke up and told us both to leave it alone. Troy and the other guy left without saying goodbye. My sister called me that night crying. She said Kevin went to the hardware store and bought a lock for their bedroom door. She asked me what exactly I'd said to Austin because Kevin was genuinely afraid their son was going to do something to him while he slept. I tried to explain that Austin was just messing with him, that a 12-year-old isn't going to actually hurt anyone. She said they'd already booked an appointment with a therapist for Wednesday, and that I needed to stay away from their house until things calmed down. I texted Austin the next day. He responded pretty quick. I asked him straight up if he was planning anything. He sent back, no, obviously not. I just wanted Dad to feel how I felt. He said his dad deserved to be scared after pulling that stunt. I told him it worked way too well, and he just replied, good. Then he thanked me for the heads up. It's been over a week now. My sister won't return my call.